CMI started in 1984 when Terry Wilkes, Janet Wilkes, and Ben Bailey left Hooper Sales and Engineering and went out and started their own company selling public works equipment. He started literally down the street from here with one technician and call log. I came out of the real estate industry for about 25 years and then was looking for something different to do after the Great Recession. Terry had been a longtime friend of mine and was looking at potentially selling his company. And so it interested me, so I came here in 2014 and worked for a year learning the industry and learning from him. So in 2015 I bought CMI, looked at the numbers and kind of realized that there were some places for growth, and analyzed it in 2016 and then started implementing a year later in 2017 some of the best practices that we had learned basically through a Schwarze training school, and we saw the bottom line almost double. One of the big things is tracking our billable hours in service. We actually installed a computer back there for the first time in 30-something years, and that showed immediate results month one. Maybe used to, you would say you'd focus 20% of your efforts and capital on service, and we're focusing probably 80% on service. Reasons is 15 to 20% margins on whole goods sales. There's 50-something% margins on service work, 35 to 40% on parts sales. So, it doesn't take a lot of service work to catch up to your whole goods sales. As far as the parts department goes, when we showed up, we had a lot of dead inventory, a lot of aged inventory. A lot of times it seems like owners will keep stuff on their books because it looks good to say you have X amount in parts inventory. But realistically, if you're only selling 25% of that parts inventory a year, then you've got a lot of money tied up in dead parts. So one of the things we did is new shelves, new bins, new organization, did a hard count on every part that was in the building. Cold calling is so important now because there's so much of the industry it's retiring. The inside sales, when they call and get the appointment or help get the appointment, I think that gives the salesman a little more confidence. We hired a couple of new salespeople, put them on the road. We started paying for hotel rooms and cell phones and requiring them to be on the road Monday through Thursday. We also bought demos. It's crazy, but you sell what you know and you sell what people see, so we try to keep them in a Schwarze truck or one of the other products when they're out there on the road. You might have a major city that wants to see an A7 or a smaller city that wants to see an A4, but go on and gather everyone that you can gather in that region and have them there at that demo. We try to have someone in the truck and someone outside of the truck. So you want a salesman, maybe the factory guy's doing a demo with an operator inside the truck. You learn a lot standing there listening, what they like about the demo, what they don't like about the truck, that kind of stuff. It's real important. So we try to have two people at least on each demo. One of the other keys to our success has been narrowing what we actually sell. So when I came here, there were probably 40-something lines that if you asked a salesman, what do you rep? They didn't have any clothes or shirts that had any particular brand on it. I'd walk into a company and they wouldn't know who we rep, who we sell. So we dropped it back down to basically 4 lines, which is Schwarze, Gradall, Alamo, and ODB. So when you go in, it's much easier for that person to remember, this is who you rep, these 4 items. This is who we can get demos, this is who's going to support you. Oh, by the way, we can sell you a snowplow too if you need that, because we can get everything a public works department needs from highway patching, but this is really what we do, and we try to be the best at it. We've ended up getting contracts with various cities for their labor and the work on their equipment, and we're now forced to buy a bigger facility to handle the service work and the parts sales that we've been blessed with. We're going from 3 bays to 6 bays, 3,000 foot to 10,000 foot. Hopefully have 6 to 7 techs, 2 on the road. Parts, we'll have a couple people selling inside, checking up on our current customers and looking for new ones. Our growth with Schwarze over the last few years can be attributed to basically training of our salespeople, demos available for our salespeople that we've purchased to have them sitting there ready so they can drive around. The availability of parts and service, having our factory rep come in and schedule that on a regular basis. Those would probably be, if I had to point to something, those few items really changed the trajectory of getting in front of the customer with it. So it's not rocket science, it's just persistence and continue to do it. And it's a 2-year sales cycle, so hopefully anybody we showed last year, we'll hopefully be getting some orders this year for, and then continue that pipeline, if you will, for the next several years.